Since you're anticipating that it's going to be brought up in the chat, we might as well get a jump on any rumors or possible moves made by Jaden Rashada.
Yeah, so this has been a whirlwind all day today, where it has been confirmed that he has not enrolled at the University of Florida as of today. And there was an initial report that Jaden Rashada has asked for a release from his national letter of intent with the University of Florida. Then another person went or asked his father about that, and the dad said that that was inaccurate. And then the original guy, so somebody from 247 called Harlan Rashada, the father, and he was like, yo, so what's up? And he was like, no, he said he has not requested a release. The unstated ... yet looms over that phrase, but Harlan Rashada said that Jaden has not requested a release. So then the original author from On3, which is having a really bad run of reporting across multiple teams and multiple of their sites, went back and then had to amend his thing. So, well, yeah, I checked with a source and said the initial report was that Jaden Rashada and Scott Strickland, the athletic director at the University of Florida, had spoken. Who is calling me? I do not know this person. They've been calling me all damn day, bro. Whatever. Sorry. But yeah, so the initial report was, it was couched as that reporter had confirmed that Rashada and the athletic director had spoken regarding his request for a release. And then he came back on the timeline and said, well, actually, I talked to another source and that earlier report is erroneous. So I've updated and amended the piece and blah, blah, blah. And it just sounds like it looks on the outside like you're trying to be first and not trying to be right. Like it sounded to me like single sourcing, which, you can single source, but like you have the potential to be wrong. This is why, professional journalists, of which I am not one, will have multiple sources as the foundation before moving forward with a report, not just one thing. And, had I, run with single sourced information on multiple things in the past, I would have been wrong. When I was working in high schools and I talked to even the player in question, you know what I mean? In some of these instances where I heard something, there was even one guy. Oh no, yeah, I said it before, so I can say it again. Jeremiah Holloman told many people that he was going to their schools, including Miami, and I saw a text message to that effect. Now, what I did not know, and I got that from someone who would know, right? I saw the screenshot of the text message, Jeremiah Holloman to the Miami Hurricanes coaches. And I did not run with that at the time because I only had that one source of that information. Now, had I worked on that, or, if I was connected in such of a way, then other sources would have told me what I eventually found out, which is, he sent that text to 6 different schools. And if you talk to all these different people, or, and you have multiple sourcing, then like that picture becomes clearer, as opposed to, okay, I heard it from one person, I'm going to go with it. You can do that, but you have the leeway to be very wrong, which is what it seems like the initial reporter from On3 did. And yeah, it might be, you might got to live with that. You got to own that and be like, yeah, well, I went to a source, and it's because everything that I saw from that gentleman today said a source, as in a singular. And that's just not how you want to live unless it's, it has to be some special circumstances to single source some things. But in any event, at this point today at 7:18 p.m. on Wednesday, January the 11th, 2023, Jaden Rashada has not enrolled at the University of Florida. Will he enroll? Now, and that's the question that I wish we would have gotten the answer to from the follow-up contact with Mr. Rashada Sr. You know what I mean? Like, he's not enrolled. Is he going to enroll? Is there a plan? You know what I mean? Is it just he's, instead of moving in on a Tuesday, he's coming down Thursday or Friday? Like, is the intent there? You know, is there a plan in place? Like, what are your travel, you know, structures? And I know that the FAA had a massive plane or a computer issue which grounded planes today, but like, you know, if you're flying down later, you know, Friday, Saturday, that hopefully wouldn't have affected that. But, you know, that's the necessary follow-up. And I didn't see that there was an answer to that. So, yeah, I mean, I will believe Mr. Rashada at his word that Jaden has not requested a release of his NLI. But again, to me and my outside read, having, you know, seen these kind of things for years, the unstated ... yet is there. And like the also fact of, because if the other reporter had gotten it from Mr. Rashada that Jaden was coming down on such and such a day, trust and believe it would have been in that piece. It would have been all over the timeline right now. That didn't happen. And so that leads me to believe that I don't know what is going on, but something is afoot. And we'll see what it is.
I'm a bit surprised to see a number of people in the chat who are sick and tired of Jaden Rashada.
Well, I mean, yeah, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, you can go scorched earth and burn bridges, but like, you know, if you got to all of a sudden evacuate that same way south and that bridge ain't there, what you gonna do, fam? You know what I mean? Like, he's one of the ones who, you know, obviously at the question direction of people, you know, because everybody knows he was committed to Miami, to Miami first before he, you know, changed his mind to go to Florida. So of course, all the Florida journalists at the the Under Armour All-American game and all the way through this process, they're going to continually ask, yeah, so tell us what was the difference. You know, they're building the hype around the Gators. You know what I mean? And if you're all in with your new team, you're going to say some stuff. You know what I mean? And I get it. I get where, yeah, you know, but I just, and I said it on, and I honestly mean it. I wish the kid well, because this has to be stressful. This has to be a terrible thing. You know what I mean? Like, you committed to this school, you know, you're from the LA area, you know, Los Angeles, you're coming across the country and everything. And then, you know, to the point of, the Notre Dame guy, I forget his name, but I just saw the, you know, the comment. No, he's not enrolled in classes, but you already made the decision. You're enrolling early. You're coming across the country. You're going to play for this team and this coach and this program and all these different kind of things. And then now you're not. And, you know, it's been leaked that you want out, and then your dad has to come in and speak and say, like, this is a multi-layered, stressful situation for this kid. You know what I mean? And in general, I wish him well, and I know that this has to be stressful. And would I rather it that he was, you know, signed to Miami and already on his way down, you know, because classes don't start till Tuesday because private schools start late. Cool. You know, yeah. But, you know, regardless of that, in general, this has, I mean, again, we have to remember the decision of where you're going to go to college and, you know, things like that. It's about the biggest decision of your life to this point. And he seems to have made that decision, and then things, for whatever reason, seem to be going a little sideways at this moment. So it has to be stressful for him, but he has the talent to make it work. And, you know, eventually, even when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, you know, you end up in a better spot. And whether that is ends up in Gainesville or elsewhere, I honestly just want him to be well, whatever that means.
There are 4 crystal ball predictions on 247 Sports. They're all pointing in Miami's direction. One,
well, but those were before his.
Okay, you don't think those have been?
No. Those have not been updated. Those were before he committed Miami the first time, which is, you know, yeah. And then there was inklings that he was going to flip, but, you know, it's very infrequent that, especially on 247, just because of the way that the points go in recruiting for the journalists, right, for their predictions, it's very infrequent that they're going to flip their prediction. So, yeah, no, those were all from way back when.